This is R.B. Greaves, Take a Letter, Maria. Coming up to, 12 minutes past 9. Yes, we've got that wonderful person with all the cats, the cat reporter, Amanda Clare Hewitt, to come along in the next half hour or so. It's underway from the 6th through until the 25th of April. It's the Dunedin Arts Festival. And over the next wee while, we're going to talk to a number of those who are involved with it, whether they be organising bits and pieces or doing an exhibition or having in this case, and I'm going to describe it the way it's presented in the program, a bicultural multimedia performance intervention. Now, she who is responsible for this is Rua McCallum, who joins me now. Good morning to you, Rua.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great, thank you. It's a lovely day here.
Yes, you're in Port Chalmers. It's always wonderful in Port Chalmers, isn't it?
It is.
Tell me about this production that you are putting on at the Mayfair Theatre.
So Wairua has kind of been a long process. It started in 2008 and it's had several iterations over the years. But it's kind of evolved more recently into a professional production, been going now for at least 3 years, working on it. It started as a piece that was called Wairua, A Line Near in 2018. And that was when I collaborated with Martin Roberts, who is the manager of Allen Hall Theatre, and
right.
Marty creates. Marty's an award-winning lighting designer, and he creates these wonderful lighting states. And we took one of my old productions and kind of used these lighting states from his production called Dark Matter. And we created these very surreal lighting states. And then what happened was we wanted to take that to the next step. And so Marty's no longer with us because he's decided he wanted to just focus on Dark Matter and not on any other productions. But we carried on with Wairua and put, I suppose, another spin on it, and brought in professional dancers, Tairoa Royal and Louise Porticky-Bryant. So they're choreographing most of the work. There's a little bit of acting in the piece, but I suppose my background is in theatre.
Yes.
But I wouldn't call me a conventional theatre practitioner.
Right.
I like to put a lot of spin on things, I suppose, and with this piece, it's multimedia in the sense that we have dance, we have actorship, we have projections, we have different lighting states, and a lot of what people will see when they come to Wairua is that there's going to be a lot of darkness. And so we're, I suppose, expecting the audience to experience Wairua through all of their senses and not just through watching the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are combining, from what I understand, you're combining a fair bit of the traditional Maori from what's, with a bit of the contemporary Western. That in itself might be quite interesting to have the blend of them together.
Yes, but I mean, it's in a very different way as well. When we say we're combining traditional Māori performative elements with Western technique, we're using contemporary media as well. So, for example, the poi, and I don't want to give too much away.
Oh, go on.
People won't come and see. With our poi, the poi is performed by a male, not a female, although we may have some females performing, and they're light poi. They're not conventional, poi.
Yes.
So it's done in the dark where you see the poi moving through space.
So we are going to see something which, okay, I can understand where you're coming from now. It's going to be traditional, but it's going to be zoosed up, for want of a better term.
Zhuzhed up. So we're using, as I say, traditional performative methods, but they've got a contemporary spin on them, to use a metaphor there.
Yes, yeah. Oh, this sound... What did you decide to... How could you decide to leave anything out?
Well, we haven't really.
I see. I thought I'd ask that question, you see. Yeah.
We're using quite a lot of different forms. We're using modako, haka, poi, karanga. There's traditional forms of waiata, spoken chants, and one of our waiata is polyphonic. So we have several different layers of this waiata happening at the same time. So a polyphonic, I'm not a musician, but as I understand it, polyphonic is where there are several layers, and you have your melody, you have your harmony, and then you have some discordant layers in there. And ours at the moment has about 4 or 5 layers. We're thinking to do a couple more in it. And it just has, several layers of and it kind of, how can I put it? It hits to your heart.
Right.
So it's very visceral.
Right.
The tones come in through your, you hear the tones, but it sort of makes its way into your body somehow.
Right.
And you feel it as well. Yeah. So very visceral. Wairua, if I was to describe Wairua, it plays with your consciousness. And it hits you in the body.
You've summed it up beautifully, haven't you?
You experience it. Yeah.
You experience it. You don't necessarily just see it, but you feel it.
Yeah, very much so.
It's on the 6th to the 9th of April. It's on at the Mayfair Theatre, 7 o'clock, and it's there's no interval. It's just it starts and it goes right through.
Well, we don't want to stop the experience, you see.
Like your style. Like your style. Wairua McCallum, I thank you so much for joining us. I hope everything goes exceptionally well for you with Wairua.
Yeah, thank you.
It is 20